Welcome back to the Play Like a Legend Championships in the Gfinity Arena. I am joined again by Bateson and Chris Trout. Guys, you've been enjoying the process so far.
It's been really good to watch it, actually. A lot of upsets. Well, not as many as I thought it would be. We thought Spencer might fail at the first hurdle, but he's done really good. And looks
Never
strong
doubt
now.
Spencer. Old proverb. Yeah. Heard that one.
But this is going to be a tough game for your lad now.
Yes.
Up against August, who's a very proven player around the scene. And probably an interesting game. Whether he loses or wins, he's definitely going to take something away from it.
We haven't spoken since his last game.
No.
You weren't necessarily backing him to do it. Well, he almost won it.
He did,
won
yeah.
one goal. Were you impressed?
Yeah, very impressed. He scored 2 goals. Obviously, with the experience that the other opponent had, scored 2 goals back and then was unlucky to walk away with the loss.
Yeah, and if you were being realistic, what chance has he got, Chris, against Rosenmeier here?
Well, before the first game that he played, I would have said he's probably not got much of a chance. But he impressed me against Dr. Ahano. I mean, Dr. Ahano did better than August last year in this tournament because I know August wasn't really adjusted to playing on Ultimate Team. He actually crashed out of the group stage in the one tournament that he turned up for. So it's a case of, I imagine August's gone away. He's really practiced this game. He's got a really good team on his hands. And, you know, former 2014 FIFA champion, he's obviously got a lot to work with. He's got the experience. He knows how to handle himself under pressure. And he's will have done a lot of homework when it comes to playing Ultimate Team. And it's a new game, so he's got a fresh start. So I expect August to obviously be giving everything he's got, but I would say that Harry, he impressed me in his first game, so I'm expecting that he probably does have an opportunity here to do something really serious.
It's worth pointing out Dr. Ahano, despite losing to Rosenmeier earlier when they played, did qualify above Rosenmeier. So if I'm Harry right now, I'm thinking, well, I was unlucky to lose that game in many ways, 2-0 up, losing 3-2 against a guy who qualified higher. And this guy, forget the whole former world champion thing. That's just the stat you pull out when you beat him. You got to beat the old world champion. Right now, it's irrelevant. It's a different game mode completely, okay? It's a different game. Couple games on since then. So really, it's a fresh plate. I think he's got a chance. I'm obviously going to be, hoping he does get a win. Because if he does get a win, it's going to be an interesting dynamic as to who goes through as well. Because everyone would have won one game in that group.
Well, the best thing about football is the magic of the cup.
Magic of the cup.
Anything can happen.
Exactly.
You could pull out an absolute worldie of a performance and all of a sudden there you are in the final. You know, living your dreams, being at the top of the key, and it's definitely up for grabs for Harry. He's impressed me in the first game, so I'm hoping he does really well.
Going to be a good one. And this is the final of our group games here. After this one, and we'll have a break after these 2 legs, we'll then come back and it will be the knockout stages where it gets really interesting. You know, they're almost in touching distance of the money, okay? The money gets into play if you get into the semi-finals. Get into the semi-finals and you lose, you have a third, fourth place playoff. If you win the third, fourth playoff and you finish third, you get $1,000. If you get to the final and you finish second, you get $2,000. If you win the whole thing, $4,000. And there's a number of names still in this.
Cheddar.
It's a nice bit of cheese, isn't it? It's decent. It's decent. So they're just getting their game set up. Harry against August Rosenmeier. Let's just remind you where this guy's come from. Harry, less than 2 weeks ago, hadn't had it confirmed that he'd qualified for the Spencer FC Game Academy. He qualified. I think he qualified 2nd overall. Did really well in the qualification process for it. Came down to London. We filmed the first episodes with him. Played a game with me. Got through by winning in that episode. And then did so well in the first part of episode 2 that he's found himself here at the Play Like a Legend event. You can see him on the screen now there. Looking composed again. He's a relatively relaxed, confident guy. And now he's playing, just 2 weeks since only playing at home and online, a former world champion.
Yeah.
That's
if he
great.
wins, I hope he gets a Spencer FC tattoo.
I think legally he should be required to do that. Yeah. And there's August Rosenmeier. We can see him. This guy's been around the block. Despite still being very young, he has pretty much done it all in the FIFA competitive scene. He's been around for a while, and he's well known. He's well known. He hasn't yet made a stamp on the Ultimate Team side of things, and that's the way it's going. That's what we're doing here at Play Like a Legend.
So that's bucket list.
Exactly. That's what everyone wants to play. That's what everyone wants to win, because it's the future of FIFA, many would say. And for him to really stamp his to him to make a legacy as a competitive FIFA player, he needs to achieve something in this space. We saw Bruce Granick, who's probably the most decorated and celebrated competitive FIFA player of all time. He's won everything there is to win. Pretty much be a non-event when he came to Ultimate Team. He came to a couple of tournaments, never did anything of any real merit. You know, this is a huge guy. I can't stress enough. This is like the Messi of competitive FIFA, many would say. He'd won everything, and he couldn't handle the step up to Ultimate Team. It's huge gorilla really that's making the waves at the moment. And August Rosenmeier probably doesn't like the fact people like Huge Gorilla are coming in and taking all the plaudits. He wants them back. He wants to go back to the days where he was world champion. Everyone was talking about him. So with that in mind, I guess you're expecting him to do away with Harry in this game.
Yeah, just because of the experience. Obviously, I've been looking at Harry as well. Saw him outside and he looked very comfortable and happy, and he's got one more game left. But like I said before, regardless of the result, whether it's a win or a loss, he's definitely going to take a lot of things away from this tournament.
Yeah, he's going to take it into the rest of the process. You know, if he stays in the Spencer FC Academy and continues to do well in there, he's going to feel, at least until the next PLALC Legend event, that he's got one up on his competitors, because he's been here and he would have played at least 2 games under the lights, on camera, on the stream, getting himself out there a bit more. I think it's going to be a really good experience for him. The worst thing for him that can happen is he gets smashed, I think, for his confidence. I don't think that's a nightmare, because I still think there's lessons to be learned in that situation. But if he does take a heavy beating, which I don't think he will, I think he's going to surprise us. But then that's maybe the only negative. I think anything else is a bonus. A slight defeat or even a win is just only going to make him better long term. And if he gets out the group, we cross that bridge when we come to it. We start thinking about getting him some money. You know, if he can get to that semi-final, can he realistically take home some money from this event, which would be a massive bonus. But really, he's here for the learning curve. Don't forget, again, guys, it's important that you vote for our Spencer FC eliminations on my Twitter page, @SpencerOwen. Head over there if you haven't already. There's a poll at the top. There's 4 names. You need to vote for one of them. You're voting to stay. You're voting to keep them in this competition. The 2 people with the least votes will be leaving. At the end of this stream, we'll be announcing it live, and they'll be leaving. The 2 people will be going, and that'll take us down to 6 people overall for the start of episode 3. And if you haven't seen episode 1, check it out on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/SpencerFC, and episode 2 will be up in a few days' time. Okay, so
Team
we're getting
Greg.
into game time now. The team's been...
I'm Team Greg.
You're Team Greg, are
Yeah.
you? You influencing the vote, Chris?
No, doing nothing
You're
of the
allowed to,
sort.
to be fair. It's not your game, Academy. You can do what you want, mate. You voted for Greg, did you?
I did.
Who did you vote for?
I think I was Greg as well.
I think you voted for Kevin, didn't you?
Team Greg.
I can't remember. it was that long ago when I voted.
Either way, 2 people are going to be going, 2 people will be staying. We'll be finding out who that is soon. Meanwhile, the game is loading up. Bateson's going to be co-commentating this one with me, as is my boy Harry. Chris, we'll see you in a minute. Let's crack on. Let's take a look at this team. It's a very good team. This is we're just going to catch the back end of it here. This is Harry's team, I believe. Team of the year, Modric and Dani Alves. In form, second in form bow, actually, with Benzema as well. It's a decent team.
Yeah, there's a lot of people today rocking Modric,
Yeah.
and not hearing much from him in the community, but obviously doing the silent job, and a lot of people have decided to go with him. Actually scored a few decent goals. There is a few weird choices I saw of his defence. He had Barzagli in there, which isn't a lot of people's go-to.
And we can see August Rosenmeier's team here just doing some changes. Got Marco Reus in there. He's got Bellarabi in a central position of a 4-1-2-1-2 formation, which is interesting. It's a decent team, though. I wouldn't say Harry's team is out of place with the other teams we've seen. He's got some big names in there. Apart from the obvious, like the Neymars and whatnot.
Yeah, they seem to be a cert, don't they, in everyone's team, and Neymar, whether it be a starter or on the bench.
Outside of those guys, though, who would you say is your favourite team of the year players to use? I mean, he's using Dani Alves and Modric. Have you used any of them?
I've used the majority of them. I'd probably go towards Pogba.
Okay.
The wing backs are fine to attacking, so I don't like to go with them. But then again, they've got the stats of any top ones on the game. And Team of the Year Messi, but you don't really see many people using Messi at all in this tournament.
No, you don't. I've seen it a few times, but not a lot, no. August Rosenmeier is in the white kit, and Harry from the Spencer FC Game Academy is playing in the green strip. And if you remember, if you watched that first match, Harry actually took a 2-0 lead against Dr. Ahano, and unfortunately over the 2 legs ended up losing it 3-2. But a great start from here. If he can get anything like that against Rosenmeier, he'll be happy. But Rosenmeier's got a chance here, going through with Arjen Robben. He's got it on that left peg. Is he going to shoot? Is he going to put it across the box?
Ooh.
Good defending. And you have to say, in that first game, Harry's defence was arguably some of the best defence we've seen.
Yeah, definitely. He's proven himself against the better players. Even when going on the attack, the flair he's showing with the skills, confidence as well.
Yeah.
He's I wouldn't say embarrassing them, but he's doing what people don't usually do. So he's definitely making space.
Oh, what a tackle from Rosenmeier. Exactly.
very
I
good.
agree completely, particularly with Bale. He's
Yeah.
doing a lot of spins and taking on a lot of people in there. And I think one of the reasons Harry's defence stood out last game was because he was under the cosh so much. Only 35% possession. So there's so much of the ball in and around his box. He was having to make more tackles, just like here. Is he going to win a tackle here against Rosenmeier? He's got the ball, he's going to score.
Good goal.
Rosenmeier takes the lead. We've been singing the praises of Harry's defence, but it has come undone there. And as things stand, Harry will be leaving the competition.
Yeah, it was like the nice double trigger dribbling which sort the defender off, and obviously when you got Royce inside the area, he isn't missing from that chance.
Harry really needs to learn to protect the ball, giving it away there again already. I know that he's probably frustrated and he knows he needs to score a goal, but the best way to score a goal is to keep possession and create a chance, especially at this level. People generally are so solid at the back. You have to kind of slowly, you know, find a way of undoing the defence. It's not so easy to go through quickly like maybe you can online.
Yeah, with August now, he's just got, he'll probably play him down, grind him down, play the possession and obviously play it safe as well. He keeps doing these crosses from
triple
the
taps.
angle. Yeah, triple taps. And obviously we know how, well, I wouldn't say, I don't know how to put it. They don't work all the time, but sometimes they do, you know?
Yeah, they're a little bit, they're a little bit inconsistent, aren't they?
Yeah,
They can be amazing. I think last game they were a lot better. I think one of the things people started doing this game is actually changing it up for a driven pass. Some people do instead with RB and A.
Yeah, Spencer or Gorilla seems to do that quite a lot when breaking on in his attack and gets a few goals as well. And they come from like 2 passes and he's inside the area and scored a goal.
Because the thing is, if you do a driven pass across the box like that, you're putting it in at such pace. It's just a deflection city, isn't it? Anything can go wrong in there. Whereas the triple tap, often you feel like you don't have a lot of control on where it goes.
It usually goes backwards depending on which angle you go for it at as well, which is very inconsistent.
The worst of all is when you just try and do a simple A pass into the box, because that's so hard to predict where it's going to go.
Yeah, you do an A pass back and then the players run past it and you're just giving them the ball.
I think they've made it harder to work because it was kind of, you know, a little bit exploited in the past.
Yeah.
They made it so it's actually quite unreliable. It's Modric on the ball for Harry. He needs to get a goal back. Lahm to Ribery. Going for that long ball again. It's not a bad one this time though. Benzema takes it down. Benzema scored a lovely goal in Harry's first game. Throw in for Harry in the green here. 27 minutes gone. This first leg between him and former world champion AggeRosenmeier. Ribery into Lahm. Lahm back to Ribery. Oh, he just doesn't have a lot of patience in the attack.
No, but with August as well, the way he's defending and the way he's pressuring the players, he's forcing errors all the way.
Here we go.
Yeah, it is.
You can't not come out against Robin in that position. That near post shot is very overpowered. Rosenmeier finds himself 2-0 up against Harry. Harry just needs to not get frustrated here, I think. I think he needs to look at the bigger picture. Yes, right now he's thinking, oh, I wish I could have done better in the PLALC Legend Championship and maybe win some money, whatever. You've got to think about the bigger picture. You're part of a process here, and, oh, good shot. Everything you do and try is only going to stand you in good stead for the rest of the Spencer FC Game Academy process. So the last thing he wants to do is get frustrated, throw this game away and end up taking a big defeat, because that actually could work against him, you know, in the rest of the Game Academy, because he might start to doubt himself. Just play your own game, try and get a goal. First thing I'd try and aim for is just trying to get a goal and not concede too many more, regardless of the end result. If you can get a goal, you can say, I've scored against the world champion, I've narrowly lost against another pro player, and now I've got something in my locker.
Well, one thing with playing this tournament as well, that's...
Oh, wow.
3. Yeah,
3-0, this could be painful. Marco Reus puts it in.
Robin and Royce just going ham.
Not looking good for Harry right now. Rosenmeier, meanwhile, is the one to watch, it seems.
It's interesting as well, you're not really seeing many crosses done by any of the pro players, and August has come along and starting doing crosses and actually being effective.
Yeah.
Which is probably where he's breaking down the arsenal of Notorious.
Lahm on the ball. Rakitic, I'm seeing a lot of him. Alaba. David Alaba comes inside, nice play, looking for Benzema, can't get a shot away though. That's the thing, it doesn't matter how good you are at keeping the ball and playing nice passes. Once you get to their box, if you can't fashion something...
Yeah, you may as well give it straight back.
Because a lot of it is like Rosenmeier inviting him to come at him. He knows he can let him come at him, because when he gets to the box, he backs himself to win the tackle.
Well, exactly, if you see the way that Notorious is set up now, he's pulled all his players forward, and August will be seeing that and then catch him on the counter-attack, pinging the ball forward fast, and obviously got a massive break with the likes of Robin and Royce running at his defence.
The next goal is really important. I think if Harry can get it, it opens it up a little bit. I think if he concedes another, it's going to kind of... Rosenmeier can really just take advantage of that and just do what he wants for the rest of the fixture.
Yeah. But regardless of him potentially losing this game, which it's probably looking like he's going to, he has got something over the rest of the academy now. He's actually competing in the tournament.
Definitely.
He's got a lot of experience against the best players. And he just needs to fine-tune his skills, I think, and realise what to do in certain situations.
And there's going to be 2 more opportunities as well. To the next 2 Play Like a Legend events. Chart is offside. Unlucky. He puts it in the back of the net at least.
Well, he's going to say he scored.
Yeah.
Against the world champion.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, the next 2, Season 2 and Season 3 of the Play Like a Legend this year will also feature someone from the Game Academy. So he could potentially play in up to 3 of them. And we could see, let's say Harry did play in all 3, a progression between them from this one to a better performance. And if I was him right now, all I'd be thinking about is how I let that 2-0 slip in that first game.
Yeah.
Because that would have changed everything. If he'd won that game, he'd be through. Because Ahano would have lost both games. It would have been he would have been through regardless.
Yeah.
And this game would have been, he could have written it off as a learning experience and just kind of relaxed a little bit because he would have been through regardless. But that isn't the case. It's probably going to be Harry's last game in this Play Like a Legend event at least. So now he just needs to think, he's only halfway through the first leg, so 1/4 of the way through the tie in general. What can he get out of it? What can he do? You know, what does he want to prove to himself?
The way I would do it now is probably practice on defending.
Yeah.
Because more than likely he won't have come up against this type of player where they're constantly pressuring, attacking, and try and keep the score down, as well as keep an eye on what August is doing and analyse it, see if he can defend it. Because as I said, he is very good at defending, like shown in his last game. But August is just another level when it comes to doing it.
Seems like August has really concentrated on Ultimate Team a little bit since we last saw him as well, because he's gone up a level, I think.
Yeah. In the last tournament I saw him, he was failing at that as well, but he seems to have given himself a bit of a shake and definitely got back into it.
Pogba on the ball for Rosenmeier. Loses it though. Benzema in the middle. It's a nice ball for Bale. Could be a goal. He's going to chip the keeper. Oh, if only Bale was right footed, that would have been a goal.
Yeah, he probably should have took it a few more steps and then put it on the near post like everyone else is seeming to do today.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's very good from Harry. Can he whip it in? Oh, unlucky. He's unlucky not to have a goal here. It's going to be a free kick though for Rosenmeier.
Not a bad start to the second half for him though.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, as much as it doesn't look great for him right now and he's 3-0 down, we're not even halfway through the tie yet.
No.
If he can get a goal, even just one goal, get it back to 3-1 for the second leg, it's not over. Just needs to create more chances. That's not a bad ball. Oh, that's tight. That was as tight as it could be. The keeper getting it.
Seems very open now as August's defence.
Yeah.
It's been quite compact in the last 45.
Harry's getting the ball back left, right and centre right now. Here is Rosenmeier on the ball with Robin. It's a good tackle from Harry. Nice. He gets his subs on. He loves Nangolan in there.
Yeah, he actually scored for him in the first.
Oh,
here we
Benzema
go.
for Harry. Hit it. Oh, you've got to get the shot away, son. Chiellini's got a little bit of an injury, it seems. To Modric, to Alves, to Benzema. Harry's playing some nice stuff. Needs to make this dominance pay with a goal.
Yeah, his fast passing within the midfield's been very nice actually to watch today. Just the final execution doesn't seem to be the best. It's nice, fast, fluent passing, so obviously knows the routes as well.
We didn't see a lot of that from him in the first game. We saw a lot more long balls, but
yeah,
watching him play I think maybe that's what he's done. Maybe he's said, right, it's not going well. Probably not going to make it through. I'm going to try and play the way I should play, because I think he's realised that about his first leg. He made a few mistakes, giving possession away, ultimately throwing a lead away. That's a nice ball. He's not going to make it. Ooh.
No, he's fast with his keeper. He's bringing him off the line.
Yeah. Pogba for Rosenmeier to Aubameyang. Aubameyang holds on to it. That's nice. Exactly what Rosenmeier needs to do now. Just wind the clock down. Offside there, though, I think. It's going to be a free kick for Harry. Just over 20 minutes, left of this first leg.
His nerves are settled now. He's not giving August many chances in the second half.
It's always hard, though, isn't it? When a player's 3-0 up, you wonder if they're playing at full, tilt. Are they really going for it, or are they playing within themselves? Penalty. Oh, that's lucky to get away with that in the box.
There's a few times today we've seen dubious referee decisions.
Modric giving the ball away there to legend Vieira. He goes inside to Robin. Ronaldo's got it now. Cristiano, is he going to whip it in? Is he just going to hold on to it for Aggie? He's got it. He goes to Alaba. Alaba Plays it inside to Hullet. What can Hullet do? Got a bit of open space. Oh, Ronaldo.
Nice.
Oh, it's lovely football. Oh,
Ah,
it's really unlucky for Harry to concede that one. The keeper made the save. I think it was a deflection in the end that got him the goal. Take a look at it again here. It comes back to him. Yeah, off the defender. I think the keeper had that covered. It is 4-0, but I don't think that tells a fair story of the second half here.
no, that was Og's first chance as well. It was well executed in the way he did it. I didn't expect him to do that other pass across. Unlucky not to get it away first time, but just a shame it went in as a deflection in the second.
Again, I still feel that Harry's just main objective here should be to get a goal. So obviously you don't want to sink too many goals, but to get one at the other end, so you know you weren't held completely. It's a massive mental difference to know you've scored in this situation. Especially if you scored in both games, because you already got 2 in that first game. Rosenmeier kind of just taking the mick out of him right now in the corner here with Ronaldo playing down the clock. Goes into Pogba, who got a goal. Into Hullet, it could be 5. It's a good save.
Yeah, that's the type of thing which will be annoying Harry as well, with the way he's playing. But that's the way August plays anyway. Keeping the ball, keeping the pressure, and keeping it away from Harry.
Nice from Gareth Bale. Oh, it's a lovely skill, and then gives it away with such a sloppy pass. Frustrating to watch. Win this header. Oh no, it could be 5 goals. It's going to be 5.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, Rosenmeier, say what you want about him, he is efficient in front of goal. He's taking his chances. And it's not the best start to Harry's professional career, but like we say, you know, it's his first time. Unlucky to lose the first game 3-2. This one has not gone to plan, but it's all learning. Because this could happen again. This could happen in a competitive tournament where maybe of 3 group games you get smashed in one game or starts to get smashed, but goal difference is still important. So
Yeah.
this is good practice for not sinking too many goals. When you think you've lost a game, but it's not just about losing it; it's about how you lose it. This is a good thing to practice.
Just a shame. It'd be interesting to see if we can keep it. Like, we don't want to see it go to double figures, really,
No, I don't think
because
it
that won't
will.
do a man any confidence.
I don't think it will. I think he'll get a goal.
Yeah, he's had the chances to get a goal. Just August has been quite brutal.
Oh yeah. Here is Harry on the ball with Nangolan. Puts it into the feet of Bale. He tries to get a turn away. It's nice from Bale holding on to the ball. Ultimately loses it to Pogba though. Pogba's seen a ball to Aubameyang. I wonder if Harry's maybe playing slightly attacking right now because he seems to be quite open at the back. Ball in, it could be 6.
Oh, just away from him.
That's unlucky. I think it's important that in the second leg, Harry looks at it like a new game.
Yeah, he needs to.
Forget the scoreline. Don't think, oh, I've got to get 6 goals to get back in it. Just think, imagine if I could win this one game against Rosenmeier 1-0.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All you've got to do is forget that first performance, and then you could have gone through with a couple of good performances like that. So, at this stage in his career, such a young career, that every result is you know, you should be remembered, and it's part of something, process. But Rosenmeier is playing really well right now. You can't take it away from him.
No, the only time August didn't look that good was at the start of the second half, but Harry doesn't look like he's got a plan B, plan C, plan D, whereas August has got all that ready and ready to throw it into action, which he looks like he's done. Even the types of goals haven't been the same, they've all been a mix-up, but
Yeah.
a good game played by August.
Exactly. It's a great first game there from Rosenmeier. 5-0 up going into the second leg. So the pressure's off him. He's pretty much through, bar an absolute disaster. But like I said, Harry needs to look at this second game and treat it like a new game. Try and get a result. Maybe a lesser, a defeat that's not as bad as 5-0. Maybe even a draw, maybe even a win.
Yeah, he doesn't look that happy, does he? He looks affected by it, which
Well,
he
you would
looked,
be. You would be.
Yeah. Well, I would be if I got slapped by.
You'd have
by-
rage quit.
Yeah, well, I would have got home. I would have got on the train straight back to Oxnam.
Yeah. No, but again, think about the big picture, Harry. Think about what this means long term. Get some good experience here. I think every good champion, every good future winner has a story where they got beat.
Yeah.
Has a story where they got, given a lesson, embarrassed a little bit maybe, and that's what drove them on.
Yeah.
And if you're just sitting at home and you're playing your mates, you're playing online, you're winning every time, where's the motivation coming from? Where's the motivation to train? Where's the motivation to say, I need to work on this part of the game, this part of the game, this part of the game? If you're winning every game, you don't feel like you need to make those changes.
Yeah, well, you can tell already he needs some work in certain areas, and that's where obviously your academy's going to come in, because there's a good bunch of lads there, and there's one thing Harry's walking away with which the rest haven't got, and that's a tournament experience, as I keep on saying.
Exactly.
But it's important experience.
Definitely. They're getting the second games loaded up now. I mean, Rosenmeier, at the end of the day, he's a pro. You know, this guy, there he is on the screen. He's been around the block. You know, he's got a coach in his corner as well. You know, if I could be, I'd be next to Harry. But I don't think there's a lot of advice I could give him right now because I want to see more from him. I want to see his style, and I don't know his style enough to really coach on it. And also, this is the first Ultimate Team event we've had this year. You know, I could tell him about what Rosenmeier was like last year, but it's a new game.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I don't think anyone from here knew what August was going to be like, apart from obviously his coach and the people close towards him.
I mean, you can't take away this event, Play Like a Legend event, and look at it within the academy itself. He's come in, he is top of the pyramid right now because he's the guy that qualified to play in this above anyone else. He won that 8-man tournament that was part of episode 2, and he got to be here. So yes, right now you've just been beaten 5-0. You're feeling a bit sorry for yourself, but in the big picture, he's number 1 in a process to join a new esports team.
Yeah, exactly. And he won't see that now, but he will in a few hours' time after this game's over and done with. But then again, he can still hang around and he still gain experience from watching everyone else play in the quarters and the semis and even the finals as well.
And we should stress that he did get a difficult group in the sense that Dr. Ahano was the 4th top qualifier in the whole Play Like a Legend process, and Rosenmeier was the 5th best. You know, that's the hardest group in terms of accumulated points.
Yeah.
I believe qualification points. So, you know, it was always going to be difficult. It was always going to be difficult, and he did a great, superb first performance against Dr. Ahano. Very unlucky to lose that one. This one's been a bit more of a crash down to earth.
Just looking at August's team there, you can tell he doesn't play Ultimate Team that much because he's got striker Robin at centre midfield. So he'll be on like free chem.
That is an interesting one, isn't it?
But then he swaps it all around anyway, but he'll still be on low chemistry.
Yeah, he must be on low chemistry because he swaps it around. He puts Bellarabi, I think he goes a 4-1-2-1-2.
Yeah.
And he plays Bellarabi as one of the central midfielders or one of the wide midfielders. But yeah, it's an interesting formation. He's got Team of the Year Neuer in there though.
Yeah, a nice card, but a bad card at the same time. I've not really had good experience with him, so I decided to stick with the normal one.
Okay.
And a lot of the guys here as well stick with the normal rather than 96.
Right. Because you feel that it kind of makes your team too heavily high rated, or the actual player itself doesn't?
Just the player itself just didn't feel like he was saving anything. A lot of people think he's a magician. Same with Record Breaker Check and players like that, but not someone I enjoy, so I'd rather go back to a base card.
What about, we've seen a few people do it, Who's Gorilla does it, when they pack out their bench with bronze players.
Yeah.
Is that something you believe in?
I think it's more mentality. There's a few people here who do it. If you look as well, Spencer, when he was playing his game, wanted to make substitutes. He literally had only 2 players and the rest were 44 rated bronzes. And that's where it can affect you. But obviously, if the FIFA gods don't want you to win, you want to eliminate any chance. And that's obviously one of them by bronze benching.
The thing is, though, what I actually quite like that about Spencer, that he has his 2 subs and he goes, if I got a problem, that's the subs I do. Sometimes he doesn't. It's almost a process. Like Ronaldo, I think is one of the subs. He brings him on at half-time regardless, whether it's winning 5-0 or losing 5-0. That's his process. And what I like about that, much as it doesn't lend itself to a realistic football philosophy where you need to have cover for injuries and stuff, that's not an issue in Ultimate Team. And what I like about it is he just has his own plan.
Yeah.
His own plan. He goes, no. If I do my thing right, I'll score more goals than him.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as I play well, I'm good. And he doesn't let anyone else affect him. And that's you know, it's something to be impressed by. I think. Just getting their teams ready now for this next game. We can see that Rosenmeier making those changes. So he does go to a 4-1-2-1-2. Bellarabi does play in the middle. Robin does go up front. But like you say, what's Robin going to be on chemistry? Like 3?
Yeah, 3 chemistry. It's I mean maybe 4 loyalty, but he's all it would cost him is 2 position items, and that's it, done. But maybe August thinks something about that style.
Oh, because it was a striker card, right?
Yeah, it was a striker card at CM.
So he could have made him a centre mid.
Yeah, and they would have sorted all that out.
That is interesting. That's a really good point. Why
I'll ask him later as to why he does it. I'm curious.
It mentions, see, I actually don't know. There is a rule about chemistry styles. I'm pretty sure chemistry styles and position cards. Oh,
good serve.
I don't think they can apply them now.
No, it might be a little bit too late to apply them in there. He may have just decided to change the team up in the last couple of days or something and just forgot to do it.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if it is something they can apply now, then it could be worth putting it in between now and the knockout stage because it could up his chemistry significantly. But
in the last game, Robin didn't look like he was affected by chemistry anyway. Still nice finishing.
How much do you think that does make a difference? Like, how much do you really see that come through in performance?
I think it's more a mental side of things with me as well. I don't like to play people off chemistry. If you look at Spencer, and I keep going back to Spencer because I watch him quite a lot, he doesn't like playing Ronaldo on 7 chemistry. He feels like it affects the player in his head, and therefore won't do it, and just bring him on as a sub as obviously full chem. But there's players which will start Ronaldo on 7 chemistry, which are pro players as well, and they seem to do the damage.
And then you also get the advantage of bringing him on against tired legs. So it's a double effect.
Yeah, very good player. And with the chemistry drop as well, I think it's only minimal what gets removed from the players every time they're like -1 chemistry. There's nothing out there to have a read about it, but I've heard through the grapevine it's not much of a boost anyway.
Oh, almost a good goal there from Rosenmeier, trying to continue where he left off after that 5-0 victory in the first leg. Talk to me about substitutes as well, because, I mean, we see people like Huge Gorilla bring on Ronaldo at half-time in a team that doesn't have any chemistry links to him. Is that a thing? If you bring someone on at half-time or whenever, is chemistry not a problem anymore?
I don't think so, no. As long as the player in that position has got the full chemistry and you bring on a direct replacement for like Ronaldo, I don't think he's affected at all. I could be totally incorrect on that, but the way
no one seems to know. That's the interesting thing.
No, it's a weird thing where EA don't really tell us, and we don't really need to know. So it's just it's a nice way, I suppose. Then you can perceive it your way and think you're right, and then obviously I think a majority of it's in your head anyway.
Yeah. Great tackle there from Harry. Under the cosh again in this second game. I mean, like I said before, if he can just get something from the second game, even just a draw or a 1 goal or a, wow, it's a great free kick and a good save. Even just a smaller defeat than that 5-0 victory defeat, in the first leg, he should feel positive. He should feel like he's learning, he's improving.
Yeah, but he's not conceded in 20 minutes, so that's one positive already. And already August was 1 or 2-0 up already. But if you look at, oh, that was a bad touch there. He could have been in. But he's looking better, defending better, and hopefully he can get that goal.
Oh, I think Ribery thought there was a run outside him, which didn't actually exist there for him. 21 minutes gone, still 0-0 in the first leg. You've got to ask yourself what gear is Rosenmeier in right now, because he's already got the 5-0 comfort cushion.
I do know with August that he doesn't like to show off all his tricks in the qualifying stages of the tournament,
right,
and brings it out. And I think that's the same with a lot of players. They like to just get them through, and then actually bring it out in the knockouts towards the finals as well.
Here's Rosenmeier on the ball here with Bellarabi, who's absolutely a pacey player. Alaba picks it up in the box, but gives it straight back to Rosenmeier. Could be a big mistake. Gets it again. Needs to hold on to this ball now. Ribery loses it again. Every time he gets it back, he's just giving it back. But here is Harry going for one of those long balls, which he's become known for, and not really working for him.
No, I get drawn into that style of play as well when I play against Spencer and Gorilla. It's desperation more than anything. But then again, you can get a sneaky goal and start your comeback on. Whether he can grab 5 goals like that, we'll have to wait and see.
What's the best way? Let's say if we look at Harry right now, we say he needs to work on his probably possession and his passing on the floor, his quick passing, keeping possession, right? How would you advise him to do that? Is it playing skill games? Is it just playing games against high quality opponents? Is it offline play? What is it?
I think it's mainly just playing seasons really, but then again, if Harry's that good in seasons, then every game's going to be a breeze. So it might be worth getting a training partner like Gorilla's got with Dragon. Is it Dragon or?
Yeah,
Dragon. And finding out the flaws and how to get better at them. Because if you don't have a test online, and I'm not sure how good Harry is online, obviously he must be quite good to get qualified.
He was actually not far off qualifying for PLALC Legend anyway. You couldn't qualify for both. So he concentrated on Spencer of the Academy, but no, he's up there.
What's his record like?
I think I can't quote it. I can't say to quote it, but I saw it when I played it and it was very good.
Yeah. So it's probably worth him getting in with the pro guys, speaking to them, see who needs a training partner, and just trying to get better for the long run.
Again, another reason why it's been great for him to be here. Not just him, but Jack as well, who played against Harry in that initial game this morning. Being around this scene is a chance to rub shoulders with the guys who do this for a living, with the guys who play together regularly, have got Skype conversations and all sorts of things going on between each other to keep in the community and find out about all the different tournaments and also play each other ultimately.
Yeah, definitely. And there's Gfinity tournaments which run all the time, so
yeah,
they can practice the skills on there. Like obviously you see Sean and Spencer doing them, August as well.
Big save there from Harry's goalkeeper from that August Rosenmeier free kick. Massive. Ball in. Almost halfway through this game, and Harry's still 0-0. I don't want to jinx him with that comment, but he's doing well defensively. Needs to create more.
Defensively a lot better. August isn't getting the same space as he got in the first game now.
The error on the ball. Overturned, though, by Harry. Dani Alves tries to run away with it. Plays inside to Rakitic. Rakitic, not a great pass at all. Gives it back to Rosenmeier, who's got a chance to get a heartbreak goal late in the first half here. Hullet for Bellarabi. He's onside. Robin.
Nice.
Oh, he does get it right
Just
on the
before
whistle. Cruel, very cruel, but effective. 1-0.
Yeah, August knows the attacking routes. If you see the way he waits and the players runs and stuff, and Robin seems to be that guy to slip the ball through all the time.
That chemistry's not hurting him there, is it?
Nope.
6-0 now on aggregate. I think the biggest victory we've seen so far in terms of scoreline was 9-3 from Hughes Gorilla, which is also a 6-goal margin, but obviously his opponent scored 3. And currently, at least, Harry hasn't scored against Rosenmeier. That's what I'd be aiming for right now. Get a goal
just have
against
one goal.
Rosenmeier.
It's something so small, but it'll do good for the long run. Just so you can score against him, you know.
And you can
He's had
think
the
about how he
chances.
got that goal, and you can say, what
Yeah.
was it that worked for me?
He's had the chances to get the goals as well, but August's defence has been very, very good.
His spirits seem reasonably high. There's probably a lot of stuff going on in that brain if he's thinking what went wrong, what could I have done differently. But it's a learning curve. It's a big learning curve. And, you know, not only that, he's got time to change his squad. You know, if he does qualify through the academy for PLALC Legends Season 2, maybe come back with a different squad. Maybe make some changes in there.
Well, definitely, he's got the time to invest into the game himself if he wants to. He has got some very, very good players and good team in there, but the only way to find out if the team's good enough is to try it on this stage. And obviously, there's a few choices in there which you don't see, and it might even be worth looking at people's teams which have come up in a similar formation and try and adapt to them teams.
Lovely little skill there from Rosenmeier there. Is Harry on the ball though? Alves. Long ball for Gareth Bale. I don't think he's going to make that. Again, losing possession cheaply.
Yeah, just a simple A or Y pass would have done then instead of the Hollywood ball, which he seems to do quite a lot.
If you can get possession back off Rosenmeier playing in the blue. Harry playing in the lime green strip. Hullet on the ball for Rosenmeier. It's a great ball. It's a great touch, but I think Harry's defence is going to deal with it. He's got Nangolan on again, but I think he moves Dani Alves into centre mid as well. It's interesting. Have you seen that before?
No, there's been a few weird choices by players today. Harry Kane at centre mid I thought was a really strange one.
Really?
But yeah.
Oh, it's going to be a goal.
Yeah, 7.
Wow. I mean, that's a great goal. And that's Ronaldo. That's what he can do. He's got a very good squad, Rosenmeier, but I don't think it's his squad that's winning the game right now. It's just the level of skill that he's got over time.
But he's getting the shooting practice in as well now. 7 goals. Close to matching Gorilla's score as well.
Can he get up to 9? And it's very important that Harry doesn't leave this process feeling, you know, disenfranchised and upset about it, because he's got to go back to that first game. You know, who knows? Rosenmeier could go on to win the whole thing today. He looks like he's got it in his locker to do just that. You know, Dr. Ahano is a big name player, a very established player, and he came within minutes of beating him.
Offside. There's one thing Harry's got to look forward to, and that's that Spencer FC tattoo he's got to get on his
Forehead.
forehead. Yeah.
Legally binding, yep. Alves loses the ball. Pogba on the ball for Rosenmeier to Kyle Walker. Come on, Harry, get yourself a goal. You can do it.
Did you expect this score?
No. It could have gone either way. I think that first leg made it impossible for Harry to get back in it. It's such a big scoreline. I think if it had been 2 or 3-0, we'd have seen a completely different second leg. But I think Rosenmeier's been able to wait for the chance to come. He could be getting an 8th here. That's good defending. That's very good defending from Harry.
Yeah, he could have knocked him over, given away a penalty or anything, and just ushered him out. It's good.
That's nice play as well in the middle. This is better passing. That's a good ball. Aubameyang for Harry. Can he get his goal? Oh, it's a
Bad
poor
touch.
touch. That's unfortunate.
That might be one of the players he needs to look at, actually, Aubameyang as a choice.
Yeah, she's not got the efficiency in front of goal.
No, he's a very stiff player. He does the business. He's a clinical finisher, but just holding the strength off. Maybe invest in a... I'm not sure how many legends he's got in the team up until now.
Gone for another chip. Oh, a couple of chips he's tried. He's been baited into by Rosenmeier. I think the thing with that Harry's team is he starts with Benzema as well. I mean, Benzema, yeah, solid like all-round player, but he's not a... Is he a play like a legend winning team player? Like,
I think I've seen Benzema used a few times, and even in the. Oh, that was horrendous. Lucky he never locked onto that one, though.
And Golan losing the ball. Rosenmeier have a chance to counter. It's a through ball, one for Ronaldo. Could we be seeing goal number 8 in this two-legged affair? Can he go for the near post? Oh, it's off the post. Oh, no. Harry needs to get rid of this properly here. Good defending. Well done.
His defence has just dropped off. I'm not sure whether it's Harry himself or the game's just causing him to create massive gaps.
This is where Aubameyang's being tested. What can he do? He's got no one with him. He's going to have to try and do it on his own. Oh, tries to win the penalty perhaps. But no, he just was blocked off there. He had no one in the middle for him. He knew he had to try and get it in himself with Aubameyang. What options was there open for him?
I think with Harry, though, it's just going to be personnel changes to the team. Picking better players. Do you know how many legends he's got in the team currently?
I don't think he's got any currently.
Huh.
He's got a couple of Team of the Year guys. Dani Alves, Modric.
Yeah. It might be worth investing in like a Weah type player because he's twice as good as Aubameyang, and obviously he knows his advantages to using Aubameyang.
Definitely. Can we see goal number 8 here from Rosenmeier? Oh, it's a good tackle in the end there. 15 minutes left for Harry. Just playing for a little bit of experience now. It's all just experience for him. I'd say yes. Okay, this is a big scoreline, sure, but I still say he's done himself proud. It's not like he's come in and been smashed by 2 different opponents. He was unlucky to lose against Dr. Ahano 3-2 after being 2-0 up. And yep, sure, he's being taught a bit of a lesson here by Rosenmeier, but that's what you want it to be. That's why he's here, to be taught those lessons, to become a better player. You have to start somewhere, guys, and he's done just that. Can he get himself a goal? He's hit it! Oh, we all wanted to see that go in, I'm pretty sure. Unlucky from Gareth Bale there. Unfortunate.
But as I was saying in the other game as well, with if Harry had come in, walked this tournament, where was the development at? Where would he get better? And at least this time, like, you learn from losing. Unfortunately, it may be painful, but he's going to learn a lot from this game.
Yeah, for sure. He dived in there, probably didn't need to. That's a good save. It's a good save in the end there. Just over 7 minutes left of this match. How do you think it's going to finish? Will we see more goals?
I think we might see one more goal. But he's actually kept the scoreline down this game, which is good. But then again, August hasn't been that good at finishing because of the... it's getting through there, isn't it?
Wow.
There we are. That's the other goal I was calling.
What were you saying?
Yeah, he's not clinical, but he got a bit lucky then to bundle on through. But obviously, 8-0, you can't really say that August hasn't done anything wrong, you see.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking a lot about Harry, obviously, for the Game Academy, but August Rosenmeier looks like the real deal. This is the biggest victory we've seen today. Yes, Spencer Hughes Gorilla scored 9, but he conceded 3. Right now, Rosenmeier's 8-0 up, and he might not be finished here, you know. It's a good save.
No, well, August will have been proving a point as well. In the last Gfinity tournament, he didn't do that well, did he? On the Ultimate Team side, didn't even make it into the knockouts.
No.
And now he's come back into the knockouts, walking away with his last game 8-0.
Yeah, it's pretty convincing. I mean, do you think there's any element of him almost seeing Harry come from a different route to him and almost be a little bit like, oh, you've come here through the Game Academy, I want to teach you a lesson?
It could be, yeah, because a lot of people, like when I go to play against the pro players, they go ham. They don't care. They want to prove a point, you know. So, which is fair enough because he's entering a different way on how the best of them have done it. But as long as he goes back, doesn't give up, he's got a good chance to prove them wrong.
I agree. Final seconds here in the game. It's all over. So Rosenmeier is through. Harry had a little bit of a baptism of fire in that last game, losing 8-0 over the 2 games in the end. But like I've said many times, think about the first result war against Dr. Ahano. Someone probably, because you can't jump in straight away and expect to beat a former world champion. But he's come up against someone that's slightly more, arguably you could say slightly more beatable, and he's only lost 3-2 against Dr. Ahano. So massive positives. Once he gets his head out of play like a legend mode and back into Spencer FC Academy mode, he's going to realise he's in a very good position moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you're in the right place to tell him as well, so...
Exactly. I'll tell him so. But he's going to be out of play like a legend now, joining Jack, who lost earlier on today. And now we know exactly how the groups are shaped up. We know exactly who's going to be going through to the knockout games. It's just a case of getting them played, those quarterfinals, those semi-finals, and of course the final, to find out who's going to take home the $4,000. Now, what's been your highlight of the group stage so far?
I would probably say even though Harry's just gone out, I would say seeing Harry in it, seeing
Yeah.
how he's done, seeing how he's developed.
More the
And-
first game than the second game, or
No, he needed that game
You
as
think
well.
that's helpful?
Yeah, definitely. Even though he probably will want to wipe it from his mind, he needs to work on that and definitely can get better.
there's a lot of lessons to be learned.
Yeah.
Approximately 8 lessons. Chris, what about you? What's your highlight been?
All the different players that have been used. I mean, last year we started to see quite a trend in the teams. There wasn't a lot of differences in the players, and I think almost every team has had some sort of unique player in it, which has been quite refreshing for me to see, and it's been a real enjoyment to see how that they make these players work and why they're picking them is really interesting to me. Like that last one was we had like Bella Rabbi. Not a lot of people would tend to pick someone like that on the right wing. Robin in the centre, Aubameyang in form, we had Royce in form. So it's quite enjoyable to see how many different players that we're actually seeing.
I agree. I'd say particularly in defence. The defences last year used to be really, really repetitive. We'd have like Van Arnholt, everyone at left back had him. We had pretty much Carl Walker at right back, and in the middle it was like Anua, and then a few different variations of centre back. This time round, almost everyone's defence has been different. There's been at least 1 or 2 new players in the defence, some legends, some not. So it's been good to see that variation, and maybe over the period of the PLALC Legend tournaments, that may become slightly more, similar because people realise, okay, this guy won, he used this team, I'm going to try and get him involved, etc. But for now, it's interesting. Harry, obviously, and Jack as well, from the academy we played earlier, can go away maybe and change their teams a little bit,
Yeah,
get
definitely.
some new players in. When you're building a team like this, for a tournament like this, you played in the qualifiers, did you just build a team based off your experiences, based off how you'd played with people online, or did you go and look at forums? Did you ask for advice from other pro players? How did you go about finding out the team to use?
Well, because of the stipulation, like the team I rock with is like got 6 or 7 legends in,
Right.
so I've had to cut that team down and build around it. Now I had a tournament with Spencer, and then I ended up changing the whole team, not just from a 3 or 4 at the back, but all the way to a 4-3-2-1 formation, and had to change the whole style of play just to be able to compete with him. Picked up 1 win, still get smashed quite a lot by him, and the same by like Sean and can't remember who else I've played, but it's definitely looking and speaking and analysing what teams are being used today, even if it means watching the past broadcast of this and seeing what players have used. Like Kyle Walker, how many times has he appeared?
Have you?
Well,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
probably been one of the more popular players. So obviously you didn't manage to qualify, but when you played, is it something Is it something you think you'll do more often, or is it something you think you'll leave to other guys to do, and you prefer kind of reflecting on it?
I think I'll probably leave it to the guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, when I'm still quite young,
Yeah.
reasonably old, but reactions just aren't there, and it affects you more, especially when you get slapped. It can be frustrating, and I've no idea how Harry never flipped off then, but he's kept calm. He's done all right, and that's something he's got over me, and that's why I'm stood here and he's down there.
Do you think that, you said it there, like about reactions and things, do you think that literally there's actually a physiological factor into why younger players could be better at FIFA? Because one thing I'd say maybe to the contrary to that is that obviously as the game changes every year, yes, if you've been playing FIFA for 10 years and you're familiar with the most recent franchises of it, and you're in the kind of, you're playing games regularly because you're a young guy, you could argue you're going to have an advantage, but
Yeah.
because the game changes every year, if you come out, if you're 30 years old or whatever, and you get one game and you just concentrate on that game, getting very good at it, can you not catch them up?
I would say it's very difficult too, just because I don't know if you look at the other esports as well. You've got the likes of Call of Duty, CS:GO, League of Legends especially. All them guys start very young and retire very young as well, don't they? And it's mainly down to the reactions, especially on League of Legends. Like, I don't know how old the oldest pro player is, but a lot of them decide to hang up their boots or play in boots in the FIFA side reasonably young, like in the mid-20s to 30s, and then training.
I think heard from someone, it's your reaction time really starts to deteriorate about 24. So you'll find that people do they'll retire young because, well, once their reactions start going, it's hard to kind of bring it back. I mean, some games just don't really lend to that kind of, you could have a smarter brain and tactics about it all, but you've got to have the actual motor skills to be able to do it and do it effectively. And if you can't do that, well, then there's not a lot of hope for you. So it's very true that across all esports, some of the younger guys do get along better with it and are able to beat some of the older players a lot more frequently because they are so young and they have such fresh, and quick reaction time and skills when it comes to motor skills.
Okay, well, that's good to know. As we've been talking about the Spencer FC Game Academy, as well as having guys play today, we've also got 4 guys up for elimination, 2 of which will be leaving us at the end of today's stream. We need you to vote for those guys, but before we ask you to vote, if you haven't already, we're going to play you a video where you get to learn more about the 4 guys who are facing elimination. And we'll be back after the break.